Hey, Fit Like YouTube! Welcome back to another episode. So, I thought it was about time I gave you a glimpse of World's End. So, here's a little update on World's End. Tank is looking amazing. All the corals are doing really well. Fish are doing exceptionally well. So, yep, let's go and have a closer look. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the tank. Everything's been doing really well. Have had one issue though. That issue is dino flagellates again. So been busy working on the fish room and kind of neglected to keep track of certain things on the aquarium, and my phosphates had bottomed out, and guess what, dinos. So I've got them elevated back up to 0.1. My nitrates are at 40. Everything is doing okay, but I didn't want to do the blackout because I've done the blackout before, and what I found is the SPS just do not like it, and I've lost some corals in the past due to doing that. So this time around, what I've done is I've reduced my light schedule. It's currently on maybe 6 hours a day, although this has been slowly ramped up this week. I'm currently sitting at around 8 hours a day. I've took away all of the reds, all the green LEDs, no whites at all, and it's just been running with the blues. So all blue lights, dosing bacteria once every day, dosing phytoplankton every day, and this has certainly helped. And although a lot of people say that you shouldn't do a water change because that just helps the dinos, and yep, I agree with that. However, because I'm not doing a blackout, I decided what I was going to do to try and help other things take hold as opposed to the dino. I've been doing weekly water changes, and I get a hose and I just siphon out all of the dinos that I could see, and I've done this now for the last week, and it is honestly night and day, absolutely night and day with the dinos. There is like bits of it here and there, but it's certainly nowhere near as bad as it was. Everything was covered before, and because we've had dinos on this channel before, I thought there's no point in sharing that yet again, because you've all seen it before, and you've also seen how I've got rid of it before. Not done anything different. The only thing I've done different is this time I've just not done the blackout or had the lights switched off. Just reduced the light cycle, took away all the reds, greens and whites, dosing phytoplankton every day, and Microbacter 7 every day, and it has worked wonders. Now I've got the whites on just now, just for this video. Once this video is done, I will be turning off all the whites and going back to the blue. But as everybody knows, the iPhone absolutely hates blue LED lights, and filming it is a nightmare. And the orange filter I have at the moment, I don't know what's going on, but every time I put it on, my phone just cannot focus. So I'm currently filming this without a lens as well. So because of the dino, there is a few corals that have been constantly getting covered in it, and as such I've kind of suffered, not looking too good, but hopefully now they will bounce back, that it's started to recede and things are back on track. So let's go have a closer look. So this Monty Cap's starting to grow, which is always a worry, especially when you've got them high up. Starfire WWC Monty is doing really well. Might be getting a bit too much light there, to be fair. Blue Acropora is doing fantastic, as is the Joker. Tenuous in the back there. It's not done much, to be fair. The Red Planet, it's spent all of its time the last couple of months just encrusting its base. Same with the Blue Stag in the back there. It's just spent all of its time and energy encrusting. However, the PC Rainbow, it is really, as you can see, it's just like took off. It was just one single stalk before. I can't even count how many there is now. It's just going absolutely bananas, which is fantastic. Tenuous in the back, it's just been encrusting. My Gorgonian, it's starting to sprout some shoots heading upwards, which is great to see. This Millie, its polyps are kind of retracted just now. It's looking good as well. The Gremlin Acro, oh my days, that thing's just gone bananas. Crazy amount of growth. Growth tips everywhere. And the green Acropora at the side, it's just done a little bit of encrusting and colouring up. Apart from that, nothing much happening with that. This pink coral, I know what I'm like with names, I just can't blooming remember it. A little bit of growth, nothing to write home about. Pearlberry, this is the piece that one of the tangs had snapped off the original frag. It's encrusted and doing really well. This coral, a little bit of dinos stuck onto it, but it's doing nice. Not a lot of growth on it though. There's Black Angus. He is an absolute beast now, like. Absolute beauty. And Lancelot, the yellow tan, the two of them were squaring up. It was quite funny. I thought, Lancelot, you've got no chance. But good on him for giving it a shot, taking no crap from him. And here's the staple gun we all know and love. And believe it or not, it's Staple Gun's birthday. This guy is 4 years old. So we've had him for 4 years. And Lancelot and the clownfish right in the back there. They've got eggs at the moment. They're the oldest residents. But Staple Gun, yeah. Copper band butterfly, not the easiest of fish to keep. But once you get these guys feeding, and I would like to say that Staple Gun is probably one of the fattest copper bands you'll ever see. Yeah, it's an absolute beaut. Anyway, stop distracting me, Staple Gun. So the jack-o'-lanterns, they seem to be happy in this wee spot and growing quite well. Avatar Chalice seems to be happy in this spot also, quite puffy. It's with my tank and the amount of flow, because it's like Acropora dominated, I've just really struggled with chalices. Never had chalices before, so these are the first time that I've had chalice, and trying to find areas of my tank that's not getting absolutely pounded with flow and light has been really difficult. But the Avatar chalice seems to be happy enough there. I've got my toadstool here, my tidy green toadstool. It's been growing very slowly, which, believe it or not, I'm very happy about. I don't want that thing to grow too quick. Jason Fox Outer Space Samcora in the back there. It's doing really good. Very slow grower, like, well, for me anyway. And at the top here, we've got the Crazy Tea Monty, and Beach Bum, and then the Rainbow Phoenix. Again, these are doing fantastic. And we've got the orange, I don't know what that is, it's Palawensis or whatever you call it. I don't know if it's got a fancy name or not. And then this Jingle Bell Sophastria at the bottom there. So yeah, these guys are doing really good, but very slow growing. Got a little tenuous here, not doing much. My Oregon Tort, it's been encrusting mostly. Lime in the Sky Acro, it's just starting to get some growth tips. And this blue tip acro, it was just like one single little bitty, and now there's like what, six? I think it's like 6 growth tips on it now. It's just like took off as well. And this green acro, it's just been encrusting. Forest Fire, literally done absolutely nothing, which I find weird because it grows like a weed for most other people, but for me, not done a thing really. Same with that tenuous at the top, although it has kind of suffered a fair bit with the dinos. It's just really starting to get a bit of breathing space again now. And this Acropora, at first I wasn't convinced that it was a Bali Slimer. However, now I'm totally convinced it's a Bali Slimer, because the amount of growth in the space of this last month is just like unbelievably fast, which totally indicates to me that it is a Bali Slimer. Lots of little growth tips at the bottom there, but it's like literally doubled in size, so that's really cool. This tenuous, not looking too happy, but we'll see how that one goes. This Acropora is coloured up nicely. It was a lovely brown for long enough. It's going like a nice blue colour with gold yellow polyps. This acro in the back, it's really taken off. And this Pikachu, well, it's a type of Pikachu. It's not the Pikachu, I don't think. But it's doing fantastic. Lots of nice growth on it. This Rainbow Millie, lots of lovely new growth tips on it. It's starting to colour up really nicely. The green Stellata, it's really having a little growth spurt. And I've moved this piece up to the top. It just never really doing much. Forget what it's called. So wondering if it just needs more light. And here's the Pearlberry that the other piece was snapped off of, and it's doing fantastic. Moved my Setosa just to try and get a bit more red. I notice I've got a heck of a lot of green and yellow corals, so just trying to get some more red into the mix. So this little tiny frag that I got from someone, it's just, I think it's pants. I think it's going to kick the bucket. This piece, it's turning like a cobalt bluey greeny colour. It was brown for long enough. It's looking awesome. Strawberry Shortcake, it's Still been encrusting a lot, but starting to show signs of it going to take off soon. Confetti, lots of encrusting, but starting to sprout some new shoots at the top there. The bonsai, it's just been encrusting. I keep waiting for that thing to start tabling out, but not happened yet. The red millie, it's absolutely done nothing. No growth in that whatsoever. The rainbow loom, it's certainly been encrusting. It's encrusted that whole plug, and it's now going on to the next plug. And a few more growth tips, I think. And there's like a little acro here that I got from someone, but again, it's literally done nothing. Just sat there. The Anacropora, it's growing fantastically well. Like literally doubled in size since I got it. Maybe 3 times the size since I got it. The watermelon Samcora, really slow growing. It's slowly encrusting that rock nicely. Another WWC Starfire. And then next to that's the WWC Sunfire. Again, very slow growth on those, like. And here, there's this, I think it's a Kali Tort. And this guy's just totally keeps getting covered with the dinos. So I'm not sure if he's going to pull through or not, but at least the dino's on its way out. Fingers crossed, so it might pull through. This coral, oh, do you know what, I've forgotten the name of it, but it was covered in dinos. You can still see the remnants of it, but it's hanging in there, it's doing okay. Just really difficult finding a spot that doesn't get blasted with flow. The rainbow chalice, the jelly bean, whatever you call it, it's doing good. Seems to be happy enough there. Try to get a bit of shelter for it. My Raja Rampage, it's pretty much, I think it's just going to be toast like. There's just too much flow everywhere. I can't get a spot where there isn't a coral's getting blasted. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe I stick it over where the avatar chalice is. That seems to be a favourite spot. So I might actually move it down there, see how that goes. So yeah, that's the tank. That's how it's looking at the moment. Someone asked me how the fish were doing with the ick. Well, I can honestly say that I haven't seen any ick in this system since I stopped dosing the hydrogen peroxide, and that was like months ago now. Everybody's doing fantastic. Don't think I'll be adding any more fish, just because it is a struggle trying to keep my nitrates down, and adding more fish is just going to make that problem even more difficult. And to be honest, I'm really happy with the fish selection I have. Although there's not any really small fish, they're all quite big fish, and they will certainly get bigger. I'm very happy with it, and really happy that everybody gets on. There's no fighting, because to me there's just nothing worse than looking at your tank and seeing a fish getting bullied or harassed. I like my tank to be tranquil and peaceful, and everybody to get on, and the way it is now, everybody just gets on great. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Any questions, just hit me up in the comments. Till the next one, stay liquid. Bye bye.
Some say love is a winding road, carves a map through the darkest night. Some say love takes a heavy load, helps someone make the burden light, teaches you not to hold too tight. You and I have come a long way together. You and I got a long way to go. You don't have to ask me now or never, 'cause I'm already yours and you'll always be mine. Some say love is a fire that grows, bound to hurt when you let it go. Some say love is a choice we make, a holy vow we should never break. And maybe that's just the chance we take.